Thousands of season ticket holders set to be snubbed amidst new Elland Road expansion plans. Shock late twist as Patrick Bamford returns from injury ahead of the Coventry clash. Commentator issues severe Red Bull warning for Leeds United. And Coventry City injury news updates ahead of Leeds United clash on the weekend. What's going on, Emi Buendia here? Welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. The series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United. And we have a little talk about it. First one is surrounding a little youth player by the name of Luca Thomas, who is apparently dazzling in the Leeds United Academy. Let me know if any of you guys in the comment section know too much about Mr. Luca Thomas himself. Thomas was 20 when he signed for Man City in 2021 and was always deemed an exciting talent. 23 goals in 32 games in the under-18s. It is this season that Thomas is starting to show his first-team credentials. 4 goals in 4 games in the under-21s is impressive, and that kind of form will not go unnoticed. Now, what they're talking about is Mr. Joseph Gelhardt, and they believe that Joseph Gelhardt should be out of the side for someone like Luca Thomas. Now, as I said, I am not the most adamantly aware of Luca Thomas. If any of you guys have seen more action of him, I would love to hear your guys' opinion on him and whether he is someone that could displace Joffrey Gelhardt, because Joe Gelhardt, for me, is someone, again, who I'd like to have your opinion on. Is just not getting any game time, and when he does, isn't quite impressing, in my opinion. But, you know, alas, we will move on slightly. Now, speaking of impressive, Leeds United's new stadium plan is something that would be mightily impressive if and when it were to be pulled off. Leeds United have unveiled initial plans to expand Elland Road in the near future as they look to increase the capacity to 53,000. Now, we spoke about this before, obviously. We spoke about Leeds United moving over to this new stadium. We spoke about the North Stand and the West Stand being increased. That is the proposed plan. And, of course, the fact that some of these seats are going to be hospitality and premium seats. So the breakdown for anyone that hasn't seen that, they're going to increase it to 53,000. The North Stand and the West Stand are set to be increased, similarly to the way they did Anfield over at Liverpool. So they're not going to be destroying the stadium, rebuilding it like they did with Tottenham. They're literally just going to be extending those stands further, and hopefully in a way that isn't going to take away from match day atmosphere in and around the stadium, which has been out of question recently anyway. But they are also going to be bringing in quite a few hospitality suites in order to fund this expansion. So hospitality suites and premium seats, which are going to, majority of which, be in the West Stand, which is the place they're trying to do it. I think they said they might try and bring some hospitality and premium suites into the East Stand as well, but that is yet to be confirmed. Now, the North Stand was confirmed to have no premium seats by Mr. Kinnear. Obviously, when he went on the Square Ball podcast, he said, listen, mate, North Stand, no premium seats. So that is a benefit to you. Now, what isn't a benefit to you is that season ticket holders, whilst they build this new stadium, are set to miss out. They're set to, unfortunately, might not be able to use your seat. Thousands of Leeds United season ticket holders could miss out on live action during the proposed seating expansion at Elland Road. Once building works start, plans are afoot to expand the capacity of the upper tiers of the previous structures before updating the lower tiers to the West and North Stands at ER, similar to the works on Anfield. It's going to be very similar to Anfield, and when Anfield did it, they did end up having season ticket holders miss out on match day experiences when they were updating those stands. They're going to carry on playing matches whilst they increase the stadium, whilst they increase the size of the stadium, should I say. And whilst they're doing that, I think they are going to have to top off certain seats, and it is going to come at the cost of certain season ticket holders. Let me know what you guys think about all of that down in the comments section down below. Now, in slightly more positive news than people missing out on football, someone is going to be back in the team to play some first team football, and that is Mr. Patrick Bamford, who is back in the mix to face Coventry City. Obviously, he was in the mix. He was on the bench last week against Cardiff. Didn't get any game time, but he has been making strides in training, and his fitness is getting sharper than a steak knife. He's looking liquid like a glass of water, and he is ready to rumble and ready to make a big start against Coventry. Potentially either that or a big impact off the bench. Let me know what you guys think. Mateo Joseph coming under a whole heap of pressure, missing another big chance against Cardiff the other day. Is this the opportunity to put Patrick Bamford in to start the game, or is he again going to be a bench option who, unfortunately, that means we won't see until the 70th minute of the game? Is that something you want to see? Would you really implore Fark to put him on earlier, maybe the 45th minute, even though we all know that's never going to happen? But what are your thoughts on Patrick Bamford returning? Do you want to see him back in the side with Joel Perreault performing so well off the bench? Is this even something that's a position available for Bamford to come off the bench? Please let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comment section down below. Now, in other news, we have a commentator by the name of Ian Dark issuing a Red Bull ownership warning. Now, he came out the other day basically telling a litmus warning. No, why do I keep saying the word litmus? What's going on? A little warning, or sent warning shots over to Mr. Parag McGrath, which basically this article goes on to say, be careful getting into bed with Red Bull. I know they're minority shareholders, and Parag McGrath has given the fans the confidence, or his word, that stadiums and kits and other parts of Leeds United are not going to be renamed, are not going to be meddled with. But we've seen owners, etc., in the past give their word on things, and it never come to fruition, and things changing very, very quickly. So he's basically saying, be careful with letting Red Bull into your bed, because they've done it with other clubs. They take over, they change everything to their liking, and they won't really care too much about your club's history, and that is something that is not going to go well at all with the Leeds United fans because of our steeped history at the club. But let me know what you guys think. Are you concerned with this, or do you seriously trust Parag McGrath and the 49ers that nothing is going to happen in terms of changing stadium names or any other parts of our history? Please let me know down in the comment section down below. Now, speaking of other big news for Leeds United, Coventry City boss provides fresh update on horrendous injury situation ahead of Leeds United's clash. Now, this is not good from a personal standpoint, because I don't wish any man ill. I don't want anyone to have injuries, but Leeds United are obviously welcoming Coventry City to Elland Road on Saturday, and they look set to remain without summer signing Rafael Borges Rodriguez for Saturday's trip to Leeds United, with manager Mark Robbins admitting that his recovery progress is slow. Rafael joined Coventry from Austrian A-League outfit MacArthur FC in the summer, but is yet to play a competitive game for his new club, having suffered a thigh strain in pre-season. 21-year-old has slowly been working his way back into training, but cannot be rushed, and that is positive signs for Leeds United, because he is a dangerous outlet that you don't really want coming up against you. And Coventry have looked decent recently as well, putting in a great performance against Spurs last week. Okay, things didn't go as much to plan against Swansea either, but they've looked decent, and they're always a side that can cause you problems, and they caused us a lot of problems when they came to Elland Road last year as well. So it's something that you don't want them to be at their max strength. But let me know what you guys think about that anyway. How are you feeling ahead of the Coventry game? How are you feeling with all this news that we've spoken about? The stadium, Patrick Bamford. Please let me know down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.